Hi out there, this is Cocklaw and we're going to be doing a £5 sit and go on Sky Poker, 6-seater. I know you will see me do a lot of DYMs, but we are going to be moving on, doing a few extra tournaments in satellites and sit and goes. Generally on sit and goes, I would generally prefer the 9 or 10 seaters because the payout structure is better. I mean, in this game it only pays first and second, so second gets 1.5 times the buy-in, which is, you know, £2 profit, uh, which is pretty poor for second, really. Second's pretty good finish. I mean, it's tough, but you get 4.5 times for first. So basically, we're playing for first. So all out for first, no holes barred. Take some risks early on. Um, willing to get your money in 50-50. Well, I do anyway. If you get better than that, then fine. But if I can win these 50% of the time, you'd make decent money. But I'll be aggressive early on, and I'll basically either burn out really quickly, or I'll double up and can go for the win. I've got too many second place finishes in this. I don't even want to describe. But like I said, I always go for the win because that's where the money is. Now I've been raised here. Obviously, I'm going to see the flop with ace-8 of hearts. That's why I limp see. Some people would say you need to raise with that hand, but then I would have been, well, potentially I would have been re-raised. I don't want to throw this hand away, but it's a tough one to call with a re-raise. You're probably going to call re-raise and fold because we're after that ideal flop. Let's see what it gives us. It's not the worst flop in the world. Now, no, the raise is fired out there strongly too. What to do here? What to do here? Let's see. I think I'm just gonna. I'm gonna test him here. He snap called me and checks. I'll check behind him. That's a blank for me on the end there. I don't see him raising and being in there with a six. Oh, he's made it cheap enough. I'm gonna call him here. I'm not gonna go ace 10. Let me just. I mean, ace 10. I mean, in hindsight, there you may be thinking the move was all in on the flop. Now that's great with hindsight, but I had to take into account he did raise pre-flop and he bet the flop strongly. There was a flush draw and potential straight draws out there if anyone was in there with silly hands. So I thought I'd just min raise him enough in case he re-raised me back. I could get away from the hand. I didn't want to be committed. I mean, he's called just with overs. I did possibly think he could have ace king, ace 10. I mean, ah. I mean, maybe he was floating there and he was gonna attack me later on. Maybe that was his plan. But obviously he hit the 10 on the turn and took the lead. Uh, Maybe after that 10 come, I lost the minimum. I don't know. Wow. See, when you have those sort of hands happen to you, it's tough to take and to get your mind off them as quickly as possible and try not to tilt too much. It's tough because you just think you're jammy, effing, jeffing, cock sucking on the rest of it. Oh well. I mean, to be fair, I was conscious he may have an overpair, but with his check on the turn, I wasn't. I'm glad he bet so little. If he would have bet more, I would have been really tempted to call him. I really thought I was ahead. I thought he was bluffing with ace king. I really did. Wow. It's going to take a lot for me to get back in this game. But you know, I'm fighting the tilt. Slipping into depression. But fighting the tilt. This hand's no good for me. I can see the comment. I know you're all gonna say you should have went all in on the flop, but it's great saying that with hindsight, I suppose. But it's easy to play the hands when you can see what the others have got. You see, in some occasions, you could push all in there and it snap call with something like tens, and you'd look silly. Not in that instance. Maybe he would have called with ace king. I don't know. Maybe I'm sorry. Maybe he would have called with his ace ten. Maybe he's just that type of player. Wow. As you can tell, I've forgotten about that hand really easily. Didn't affect me at all. Come on, someone play with me. I need to double up, so won't be backing down very easily on these hands. You see, I'm gonna go for this. I'm tempted to go for. I'm hoping they didn't flop a flush. That'd be really unfortunate. I'm hoping they've got like maybe I don't know a7 with the ace of diamonds. I'd take that here. They've only got a 1 and 4 shot, maybe a bit more because they've got the overcard. But I'll be very reluctant to put this down. I mean, if they've got no diamonds in the hand, it's very hard for them to continue unless they had king queen. Maybe trips, and even then they wouldn't be that happy. It's not nice when the board's all of the same suit and you ain't got one. I tell you, Blue Nose is quite timid, isn't he? He's checked a few times. I wonder if he just checks when he misses. Okay, he calls. Now that could be a scare card for us both. The flush he's got there. What did he have? Let's test him a little. What did he call me with? Obviously not much. Even though I was whining and bitching before, I am getting back in this. I'm only 555 chips down from where I started. No one's really gotten away. There's only this Lou who did me in one of the earlier hands. I'm getting a few speculative hands. I can handle these. I do enjoy playing these types of hands because what I found, for instance, if you play ace nine and you hit the ace, you can find it very hard to put it down. Putting these sort of hands down when you've only hit one pair is a lot easier. Now I've got alternative out here. You know, I can hit the 7. I'm obviously gonna try and gamble it up as much as I can to get back in the game. But definitely want to see the turn here. If it's not a heart, I'll be looking to try and take the pot away from him. Let's see what happens here. Now, if he calls me, I might slow down here, because if he's got a 9 as well, he mightn't like the 6. But my kicker is not very good here. I mean, I've got 2 pair with an 8 kicker. Not great. I mean, he could have had hearts. Yeah. Let's see. I think he wasn't hot. I kept with me story there. I kept firing. Get myself back in the game. I had it all along. I'd be surprised if he folded a 9 there. As you can see, even though I'm a little hazy and lost in the game, you know, always take your notes, and you know, it might help you out in the future, you never know. Okay, played a little loose with a king queen there. I mean, I am getting back in this now. I mean, am I in second? I need to get my head together and make a run at this. I can get back into this. Now, with 4 people in this party, you gotta think someone's got a piece of that. Who's it gonna be? A call. Does somebody need another card for a club? Paired board with a flush drawer. This is looking good. I might actually not be first out here. All in? Anybody buying? Just the king. Wow. Wow. Jesus. That was a bit loose, wasn't it? 1 card to come and he calls with the flush draw. I mean, maybe he just had enough of fold. Maybe he's not been getting cards. I think it's Tavari, I think his name was. Got to feel sorry for himself there. Flopped the flush and good night, you're out. I like the way he played it as well, making people see the turn, and they only had 1 to come, and they still called him with the flush draw. I'd played the way he did every time. I thought that was good going. I think a lot of people would have folded that hand, and if they do call, that's the exact situation that they want them to be in. I mean, you're going to be a winner 75% of the time there. Okay. Okay, Mr. Salu. Oh, I really didn't want 2 calls, not with this sort of hand. Wow. I can't really, let's see. I think I'll call this. He's shown a bit of looseness earlier on. No. He's shown me arse. That was just so poor from me. I got myself right back in the game and then just imploded with a king 7 suited. That is exactly how not to play poker. Christ. Shoot me now.